Hello and welcome to another readathon vlog. Today, the best vibes are already in action, to be honest. We are doing a 48-hour readathon reading romance books. Of course, I'm doing this with my friends Jaime, Chloe and Kevin. They're all vlogging too. We've planned lots of lives for the readathon. We're going to do some more Fortnite on Chloe's Twitch. It's just going to be the best. We all had such a lovely time doing our readathon last week, so it's time to replicate those vibes, as I keep saying. It is currently 10 in the morning on Friday morning of Easter weekend. Thank you, holidays. Readathon's starting in just under an hour. We will be going live on Kevin's channel, so I'll link that live below. Before we do that, I thought I would talk you through my TBR. She's quite ambitious because she's got 48 hours, you know? I've gone for a large variety of books and I have 5 physical books and then 1 audio book if I get to it. Hopefully I will. It would be amazing to get through all of them. So, in no particular order, I don't actually know which book I'm going to start with yet. I have Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade. I got this out from the library, actually requested it a while ago, and I got the notification saying it had arrived for me yesterday. How perfect was that in time for the readathon? I was initially drawn to this when I saw it on Goodreads because it has plus size rep. We love to see it, and it's a romance obviously. So I think this is about a famous guy and there's something to do with fan fiction. I don't know if she writes the fan fiction or if he does. I think it's kind of a weird plot in that way, and I've seen some mixed reviews that attribute their less favorable reviews to that weirdness, so we'll see how I feel about it. But I mean, however I do end up responding, it's not very long, and of course we can always DNF because this is a pro DNF household. So that's book 1. Book 2 is a classic. Attempting a classic for a readathon is a choice by me that I made as a choice. I have Persuasion by Jane Austen. I have the beautiful Canterbury Classics, like leather softbound with those end pages. Can you stand it? I sure can't. I've never read Persuasion. I've actually only read Emma and Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I adore both of them and I absolutely want to read the rest of them. I've never seen any of the adaptations of Persuasion, like the filmic or TV adaptations, so I don't know a great deal about it, but what I do know is that it's about a husband and wife who have kind of fallen out of love with each other, and it's about seeing whether they can overcome that and find their passion and their love again. And I know, or at least I'm pretty sure, this is where one of Jane Austen's most famous lines that I absolutely adore comes from, which is of course, "I am half hope, half agony." The romance tears are already starting. So that's book 2. I know, bold choice to go for a classic for a readathon, but we have 48 hours this time, so like I could always read a bit of it and then start something else and then dip back into it, you know what I mean? I find Jane Austen's books pretty quick typically because they are essentially rom-coms. There are some like language barriers with the unfamiliarity of classical language, but for me, I don't have too much of a problem with it typically, and this particular classic is about 200 pages, so that's quite friendly, isn't it? Next up, Ghosts by Dolly Alderton. This is an adult contemporary. It is a recent release by Dolly Alderton, who I think has previously only written non-fiction. This is her first novel, and apparently it's fantastic. I don't think it's strictly about the romance, but I know there is a key romance in play. A lot of my good friends have read this. I haven't seen a huge amount of it on BookTube, but hopefully we can change that if it's good. I really like the cover a lot, and if you can't tell, I'm pretty sure central to the plot is our main character getting ghosted. Fun. So I actually ordered this next book earlier this week and it's already arrived. Thank you Bookity Book Books for your super fast postage as always. This is Hiromi Kawakami's Strange Weather in Tokyo. Again, a very short book, I think less than 200 pages. Yeah, this is super intriguing. I was put onto this author because I saw that Jaime bought the author's other book that is on Bookity Book Books right now. I can't remember the name. It's something about a thrift shop. So I checked them both out and this plot actually appealed to me slightly more than the other one, and then I figured Jaime and I can give each other feedback, and if we liked them we can read the other book. Strange Weather in Tokyo is about a young woman who is out drinking alone one night and she runs into someone who used to be her teacher, so he's quite an older man, and they sort of develop a friendship, and then I think it becomes something more. I'm really intrigued by this because I actually love the exploration of age gaps in a safe and appropriate manner, of course. I'm sure I'm not alone in seeing the appeal of an older man, especially because like women mature so much more quickly than the men who do actually mature. I'm sure a lot of them don't. So I'm definitely excited to see what our main character Tsukiko finds with her sensei all those years later. So that's book 4. Book 5 I will be reading on my Kindle because Cool Girl is hot, Cool Girl is game, Cool Girl is fun. And Cool Girl will be reading Fortuna Sworn. I'm so excited. This is by KJ Sutton, and I'm pretty sure this is like a smutty fantasy romance. Thank you. Because you know I need that void filled after A Court of Silver Flames, which I reread, which is the best book ever. Need I say anything more? No, to be honest, no. That's the book I read in our previous readathon. I vlogged it, I'll link it down below if you haven't watched it already. I'm interested to see what this is like. I hope it's a good time. Hopefully it'll be a quick one. And I think Chloe is also going to read it for our 48-hour romance readathon, so that'll be fun to do that with her. Those are my physical books. Well, I suppose physical and then ebooks. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Not a like classic booktube like YA contemporary romance vibe, but I'm here for the range, to be honest. And if I get the chance, I want to crack into the audiobook I have on Libby right now, which is Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Abbatali. Obviously Kevin's favorite book, obviously a very beloved book. I've seen the movie, haven't read the book. I enjoyed the movie a lot. I am a Jennifer Garner stan. And I mentioned the other day that I hadn't read it and Kevin was like, so hopefully I can make him love me again by reading it. So those are the plans. I'm really excited. I'm excited. For reading, I'm definitely in the reading mood, and I'm obviously in the mood for more sleepover vibes with lots of FaceTimes with the gang. Let's get into it. Red lights, stop signs, I still see your face in the something. Also, look how cute my bookmarks are. My friend Emmy sent me this bookmark along with another like huge amount of lovely gifts, so have to use him. And then I thought I can use my other Yoongi bookmark. Love it. Just came off the live on Kevin's channel where we did some reading sprints. It was so fun. I'm on page 94 of, spoiler alert, starting with this one, and so far it's cute. It's real cute. It's about a girl who writes fan fiction about a show, and also one of the actors who's in the show, and he actually writes fan fiction as well under like a pseudonym, of course, and they are actually really good friends online within their fanfic community, but obviously she doesn't know it's actually the actor behind that pseudonym. So it's very cute so far, and I'm excited to keep going. So this is, oh my god, this is 400 pages. That's kind of a lot. And I think I'm of the opinion that like chill romances shouldn't really be more than 300 pages, but hopefully this one will go quickly. It's going pretty quickly so far. Kevin's about to go to sleep because it's pretty much 5 a.m.
Oh my god, all the cameras.
Catch Kevin being like, I'm actually gonna sleep this time.
Good night.
Good night, Juan.
Good night, Kevin.
Loser.
Jamie. Good night, Kevin.
Good night. Good night. Have a good sleep.
Oh my god, stunning. We love a lullaby.
Bye.
See you in the morning. Yeah.
So I'm up to page 339 out of 400. So of course we've hit the annoying trope of hello. Oh, what cuties, thumbnail material. So we've hit the annoying romance trope of the third act conflict. Like, thanks, I don't want it. I have been pleasantly surprised with this book though, because I didn't realize it was smutty, and there's been so much smut. Like, basically it started and didn't stop, so love that. But yeah, on the whole, like, it's fun, and even though there is a lot of smut, and it was kind of cringe at first, but then it got all right.
Kiss, 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 kiss.
Jamie's getting to a really good point in Eve Brown. Yeah, like, it's fine and it's readable, but I'm not like connected to the characters, you know? and I don't really feel their heat, but like I do love the plus size representation and conversations. She's a really good main character and he's a pretty good love interest. But yeah, it's like not a new favourite book or anything, probably not even a new favourite romance, but it's fine. It's a good start. Okay, so it's like almost 6:30 in the evening. Been reading at a pretty like leisurely pace since we've all been on FaceTime and chatting and stuff. I have just finished, spoiler alert, and I think I'm gonna give it 2 stars. It's probably in the realm of like mid 2 to high 2 stars, but just not quite enough for 3 in my opinion. There were things I liked. I liked the plus size rep, but I just didn't fully connect to the book or the characters. So yeah, Kevin's sleeping, Jamie's taking a break to have a shower and stuff, and I'm still on FaceTime with Chloe. I might take a break too, to be honest, maybe have a shower myself. Then what to start reading next? My TBR has kind of been derailed because when we've been talking on FaceTime and stuff, we were talking about maybe like buddy reading like a certain romance or something. Like Jamie and Chloe were gonna buddy read. We got talking about like Penelope Douglas and like Punk 57 and how Jamie really liked it, and then we were like maybe we should all buddy read that and Jamie would like reread it. So I bought it on my Kindle, and then I also ended up buying From Lukov with Love on my Kindle because both Chloe and Jamie absolutely love it, and to be honest I'm kind of feeling From Lukov with Love as my next read. I'm obviously really keen for the books that I have on my TBR, but part of me just craves that like classic romance vibe now, to be honest, having read this, but I want like the excellence version of it, you know? So yeah, check in with you soon. Good morning. It's like 8 a.m. on Saturday. I went to sleep around 1 a.m. last night. Absolutely loving From Lukov with Love. So excited to keep reading it today. But for now, I'm having a slow morning. I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos and just chill and then start reading when I feel like it. And we have the Fortnite stream in a couple of hours, so that'll be so fun. I'm excited. On the subject of that, if you're wondering why we all changed our profile pictures to Ross Matthews on Twitter, it's because the most iconic video in the world is this like 2-second video of Ross Matthews being like, I'm excited. I'm excited. Anyway, talk to you soon. Feeling ever so slightly more awake now that I have coffee. I also have a delicious scone because Saturday morning ritual in our house is mum and dad go out for breakfast, and because I'm lazy I don't go with them, but they bring me coffee and breakfast home. Love them so much. This morning the 4 of us actually made our vlogs from last weekend's readathon live, so I'm just catching up on the ones I haven't seen yet. Also Jamie, you're gonna love my top. Girl boss. I have perched myself on the couch for our Twitch stream on Chloe's Twitch of Fortnite. So excited! She's got it! Yeah, baby, she's got it!
She's got it. I'm your Venus. I'm your fire. Your desire. Love the skin that you're in.
Jamie!
I knew Jamie was gonna come back and be like, what the fuck is happening? Oh my god.
Jamie's antisocial kitty is actually hanging out with her.
This is the first time in about 5 years. Push pause.
We've all just started buddy reading Punk 57. How exciting. It's a reread for Jamie, but she's joining us. Yeah.
Oh, you haven't even told your vlog about From Lukov with Love.
No, I haven't. I am obsessed with it. I'll talk about it more later when I can be bothered, but oh my god, loved it. You guys were absolutely right, as always.
It's stunning.
Mm-hmm.
Family and bandmates.
I look so horrific right now.
You look stunning.
Bing. Okay, good morning everybody. It is about 8 a.m. on Sunday morning now, which is technically 9 a.m. because daylight savings put our clocks back last night, so thank you for an extra hour of sleep. universe. I have just got up and had a shower and stuff, and I thought I would speak to you a bit while I get ready for the day, because let's not lie to ourselves, like, she has not been updating the vlog on the reg. I've had a really good time reading, and I've just been so into the books and the FaceTimes with Jaime, Chloe and Kevin, so the days just kind of flew by, you know. I think I sort of quickly talked you through the fact that my TBR went out the window because we started talking about, Chloe and Jaime started talking about buddy reading a Mariana Zapata book during the readathon. They were trying to decide which one to do. They were all pretty long, so they were kind of hesitant. Jaime recommended we all buddy read Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas, which she had read before, and she wanted me and Chloe to read it. And because it was a shorter book, it seemed like a great idea. And we decided we were down with that. But then I was also kind of like, who's Mariana Zapata? And they explained Mariana is the author of From Lukov with Love, which is a book I've been interested in for a while. I know that Chloe loves it, and I knew that Jaime had read it last year and really loved it as well. And they were like, oh my god, read it right now. So I looked it up on Kindle, and I looked Punk 57 up on Kindle, and they were both like $5, so I was like, we're doing it. And it serves me right for having been like, my romance TBR is not like other girls with like adult contemporaries and like literary fiction and stuff and classics. So she said, if that, we're doing some classic Kindle romance vibes. And I had the best time ever, you guys. From Lukov with Love was an absolute masterpiece. What a fantastic depiction of the slow burn genre. I absolutely loved it. I really liked our main character Jasmine. I thought our love interest Ivan was just delectable. Absolutely loved him. And it was just the slowest enemies to lovers burn in the world, but not in an annoying way. And there was so much delayed gratification just between the characters in mini scenes, as well as like the overall narrative. Like I was telling everyone as I was reading it, it was like, you know, there'd be a scene and he'd be like, tell me, and she'd be like, no, and he'd be like, come on, tell me, and she'd be like, no, I don't want to tell you, and they'd go back and forth for ages before, you know, whichever person it was actually divulged what they were thinking or gonna say. But it was never annoying. I was just like, oh my god, this slow burn within a slow burn. I had so much fun with that book. I absolutely loved it. I would really, really recommend it. We were looking at how expensive the paperback is, like, because we all want a physical copy, and it's literally like $1 million, but do you know what? I'm worth it. I started that on Friday night, and then I finished it on Saturday, sort of during the day. I didn't really read in the morning or before like the fortnite stream. We all started Punk 57 at the same time, which was amazing. Kevin went to sleep around then. Oh my god, he had like no sleep this readathon. After saying that, having stayed up all night the past one, he was gonna sleep heaps this time. Like, oh sweetie. It's good to dream big, you know? So we read that, and we were basically, all of us were at the same spot throughout our read, so that was so fun. Chloe definitely like organized herself better than I did yesterday. She ended up having 2 separate naps at different times, and I didn't have any naps. That was a rookie mistake. So yeah, I stayed up till about 1 a.m. The gang tried to tempt me with a late night fortnite round, but ended up not going ahead, which is definitely for the best. And I got a pretty good sleep. So Punk 57 is not the first Penelope Douglas I've read. I've actually read Credence. Yeah, I've also read Birthday Girl. I mean, really not huge fans of either of those, or the, you know, severely issue-ridden premises that they romanticize, but I quite liked the smut. And I know that Punk 57 is a fairly well-known novel of hers, and I knew of course that Jaime had read it and really, really liked it. So you know what, I'm trusting her in this one. That's what I thought. And you know, me and Chloe are in it together. Even if it's not a vibe, it'll probably be funny or fun, and we'll all be doing it together. Punk 57 is about childhood pen pals who have never met IRL, We enter the story when they are 18-year-old high school students. Basically, they end up meeting in real life, but only one of them actually realizes who the other person is. And it's described as a bit of a bully romance, to be honest. I was expecting more if it's called a bully romance in terms of the like yuck behavior. I didn't think it was too bad. It was just kind of like they were mean to each other and it was hot. It's definitely not like a squeaky clean perfect book, and it's not problem free, but I had so much fun with it. Of those three Penelope Douglas books I've read, it's definitely my favorite, and I actually gave it 4 stars. Oh, and from Look Up With Love, I gave 5 stars. Honestly, who is she? I was telling like the girls last night, like I literally used to be that person who was like, The Great Gatsby is the only 5-star book in the world, really. And then I read The Secret History and I was like, The Great Gatsby and The Secret History are the only 5-star books in the world. But you know what? It's actually fun to just rate with the heart, because rating things is not that deep. And From Look Up With Love was absolutely stunning. It was a 5-star romance, you know? Can we make that into a film already, please? Can someone get onto that? And yeah, I gave Punk 57 4 stars, mainly because I really liked the smart and I really liked the dynamic between the characters. So given I have just under 3 hours left in the readathon, and one of those hours will be spent live on Chloe's channel doing reading sprints, I'm not too sure what to do. Like, I'm not too sure whether I start another book, for example something like Fortuna Sworn, which is also on my Kindle, which I discussed reading at the beginning of this vlog. Part of me also wants to pick up Ghosts by Dolly Alderton, which I also spoke about at the beginning of this vlog, just because I think it'll be a nice change to what I've been reading for those past few books. And then another part of me is thinking you should just pick up Yoke and keep reading that. Once I'm ready and I've had some breakfast and coffee and stuff, I will check in with you to show you what I've decided. Thanks for bearing with me. And I can't remember if I've said this already, but we all uploaded our vlogs from our previous 24-hour readathon yesterday, and the responses were so lovely. So thank you to everybody who said a nice thing about that, and thank you to everyone who's done like these readathons with us. It's been so much fun. I've read the prologue and I'm about halfway through the first chapter, and I really like it so far. We've just had a reference to Persuasion by Jane Austen, which of course I was thinking of reading this readathon. It didn't happen, but maybe it'll happen someday, or a month or year soon. The main character is also talking to her mum, and her mum's listening to an audiobook about sex, and she's like, why are you reading this? And she's like, for my book club, reading between the wines. That's so cute. So really liked the quote at the beginning of part 1. It's a Proust quote, and it says, "It is our imagination that is responsible for love, not the other person," which is pretty bleak really if you think about it, but definitely an interesting proposition. Yeah, I'm really happy I picked this up. I'm going to get a jumper because it's quite cold, and then keep reading until the live stream at 10. Also, I think I realised while I was having breakfast that I didn't actually speak about what From Look Up With Love is about in my previous clip. So if you're wondering, it's about 2 figure skaters. One is 26, Jasmine, and Ivan is almost 30. Basically, they hate each other. They always have. They've known each other since they were young because they always skated at the same rink, and she was friends with Ivan's younger sister. A situation arises in which they need to pair up and become skating partners, and it's about what happens. You absolutely love to see it. Time to keep reading. Actually, which bookmark should I choose? This might look quite cute. Maybe I'll use that one. Reading between the wines. It's not a book club, Nina. It's a literary salon. Hi everybody. It's actually quite a few days later now, but I thought I would just jump on and wrap up the 48-hour readathon vlog. What an amazing time. Love romance, love my friends, absolutely adored that weekend. It was such a good time. I have actually since finished reading Ghosts as well, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was really interesting and really well done. Do be aware of like a few things going into it. Maybe have a look at some trigger warnings, because there was some stuff about the main character's relationship with her dad which was quite upsetting, because her dad had had a stroke and he was having trouble with his memory and his recollection. But such an interesting book, really interesting commentary on men and on modern dating and lots of other things as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. We are definitely keen to make 24-hour readathons a regular thing. We're thinking about maybe doing them like once a month, so that'll be such a good time. However, for the time being, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!